Have you ever wondered why you feel more tired after a meal than before? Even when you eat something that seems healthy, like whole wheat toast or low-fat cereal? You're not alone, and the real problem might shock you. Because the truth is, the danger doesn't come from fast food or sugary snacks. It comes from the very foods we've trusted for decades. Foods once praised for being heart-friendly or light, which may now quietly drain your energy, disturb your sleep, and even accelerate muscle loss and memory decline. Recent research shows that some popular breakfast carbs, still found in most senior diets today, can spike inflammation and lead to over 40% higher risk of fatigue and blood sugar crashes after 60. And the worst part? Most people have no idea it's happening. But here's the good news. A few overlooked carbs, like green peas, lentils, or steel-cut oats, might hold the key to restoring steady energy, supporting your muscles, and keeping your mind sharp. In today's video, I'll walk you through 4 carbs you should be eating every single day after 60, and the 4 others you may want to avoid completely. These aren't exotic or expensive, just real food with real impact. Now let me ask you, what do you usually eat for breakfast? What's one food you've believed was healthy for years? Leave your answer in the comments. I read every one. And who knows, your story might help someone else rethink their daily routine and feel better starting tomorrow. Warning: 4 healthy carbs that may be silently harming you after 60. Let's start with a surprising truth. Some of the carbs we've trusted for years, maybe even decades, aren't doing us any favors. In fact, after age 60, our bodies process carbohydrates very differently than when we were 30 or 40. What used to give us energy can now leave us bloated, foggy, and fatigued. The problem isn't just sugar or junk food. It's the healthy carbs that sneak under the radar. Whole wheat toast, rice cakes, and high fiber sound harmless or beneficial. But the truth is, many of these are highly processed, fast-digesting starches that spike your blood sugar quickly and then drop it like a rock. And that roller coaster. It doesn't just mess with your energy. It wears down your pancreas, inflames your gut, weakens your immune system, and makes your muscles harder to maintain. I once met a lovely woman named Helen. She was 72 and full of life, and she told me she always started her day with a bowl of bran flakes and skim milk. "It's what I've always done," she said. But despite her efforts to eat right, she was struggling with low energy, joint aches, and brain fog. When we looked closer, we found her breakfast was a blood sugar bomb in disguise. That was her turning point. She swapped those flakes for a slow-burning carb we'll talk about later in this video. And within weeks, she was feeling clearer, stronger, and sleeping better. The lesson: what worked for you years ago might not serve you today. Our bodies change, and our food choices should too. So now, let's dig into one of the most muscle-saving, energy-stabilizing carbs you can eat after 60. It's probably sitting in your freezer right now, but chances are you've been overlooking it. Shocking truth: how the wrong carbs can steal your muscle and memory, and what you can do about it today. Here's something most people never hear from their doctors. Certain carbs, not just sugar, but even so-called healthy ones, can accelerate muscle loss and cognitive decline after 60. That's right. The kind of carbs you eat each day directly impacts how strong your body stays and how sharp your mind remains. As we age, we naturally enter a state called catabolism, where the body breaks down muscle faster than it builds. This process is often silent. You don't feel it right away. But over time, you notice you're weaker than before. Climbing stairs feels harder. Lifting groceries feels heavier. And you might catch yourself forgetting small things more often. Here's the kicker: fast-burning carbs like white rice, white bread, and even puffed rice cakes cause blood sugar spikes that flood your system with insulin. Over time, this leads to insulin resistance, which blocks the nutrients your muscles and brain need to regenerate. The result? Loss of lean muscle mass, slower reflexes, and even brain fog. I remember talking to a retired teacher named Frank. He was active and intelligent, and still loved reading the newspaper cover to cover. But over a couple of years, he felt his balance worsening and his recall slipping. His breakfast? A slice of white toast with jam and a banana. Harmless, right? Not for someone over 60. We made just a few changes, added in slow-digesting, muscle-supportive carbs like lentils and oats, and within weeks, he felt steadier on his feet and sharper during his crossword puzzles. The takeaway here is powerful. Carbs aren't the enemy, but the wrong kind at the wrong time can quietly rob you of vitality. The good news: the right carbs can do the opposite. They can rebuild what time has taken away. So, let's look closer at one of the most overlooked, affordable, and surprisingly powerful carbs for protecting your muscles and energy. It's small, green, and humble, but it just might be your new best friend. Top 1. Cheap, easy-to-buy carbs that help maintain muscle and energy for the elderly. Let's talk about one of the most underrated foods in your freezer or pantry right now: green peas. Those tiny little peas you might have pushed around your plate as a kid are a powerhouse for older adults. They're more than just a side dish. They're a strategic food supporting muscle, gut health, and energy regulation. What makes green peas so special isn't just their slow-digesting fiber, although that alone helps stabilize your blood sugar and reduce those mid-morning energy crashes. It's the fact that they contain something most carbs don't: leucine. Leucine is a branched-chain amino acid critical in signaling your body to build and preserve muscle, a more complex process with age. For seniors, this is a game-changer. One study found that older adults who regularly ate green legumes like peas maintained 14% more muscle mass over 2 years, even without a change in their exercise routine. That's huge. I once met James, a retired mechanic in his late 60s, struggling with balance and lower body strength. He told me he didn't want to join a gym, but was open to changing his meals. We added green peas to his lunches and dinners 3 times a week, stirred into soups, blended into purees, or lightly sautéed with garlic and olive oil. Within weeks, he noticed more stability walking around the yard. He even said he felt less wobbly getting out of bed in the morning. Beyond muscle, green peas also help soothe the gut. They contain anti-inflammatory compounds that protect the digestive lining, which is especially important after 60 when nutrient absorption tends to decline. Even healthy foods can leave you bloated or uncomfortable when your gut is inflamed. But adding more fiber-rich, gentle carbs like peas gives your digestion the support it needs to function smoothly. So don't overlook the humble pea. Add it to your weekly rotation. It's a small change with a significant impact. Now, if you're looking for a warm, satisfying morning carb that protects your heart and fuels your focus all day, our next food might already be sitting in your cupboard. Secret of Japanese people's habit of eating oatmeal. Every morning and surprising effects. After 1 month now, let's talk about a quiet ritual that's been a morning staple in many long-living cultures, especially among Japanese elders. Starting the day with a bowl of warm, unprocessed oats. Not instant oatmeal, not flavored packets, but the real, hearty kind, steel-cut oats. At first glance, oatmeal might seem like a bland breakfast choice, but here's what makes it magical, especially after age 60. Steel-cut oats digest slowly, releasing glucose gradually into the bloodstream. This stabilizes blood sugar levels and prevents sugar crashes that lead to fatigue, irritability, and foggy thinking. But the benefits go far deeper. Steel-cut oats are packed with beta-glucan, a unique type of soluble fiber shown to lower LDL cholesterol, support immune function, and improve gut barrier integrity. A 2023 meta-analysis found that adults over 60 who ate just 1 bowl per day saw a 15% drop in bad cholesterol and a significant reduction in C-reactive protein, a marker of inflammation linked to arthritis and cognitive decline. A beautiful example is Ms. Aiko, a cheerful 82-year-old living in rural Japan. She's been making oatmeal every morning for over a decade. Simmered with water, topped with chia seeds, seaweed flakes, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. When asked why, she smiled and said, "Because it helps me remember my grandchildren's names." Her routine isn't just a tradition, but a science-backed habit protecting her heart, brain, and belly. The best part? It takes less than 15 minutes. You don't need sugar or milk to make oats delicious. Add berries for antioxidants, a few walnuts for brain health, or a dash of turmeric for inflammation. With every bowl, you're not just eating breakfast, you're building a more substantial, resilient body from the inside out. And if you're wondering what carb can do all that, support your eyesight, ease nighttime cramps, and even protect your gut lining, our next food is sweet, colorful, and healing in ways you probably never expected. Small changes, big results. How just one sweet potato a day can reduce inflammation and improve digestion. Sometimes, the most potent health upgrades come from the simplest foods, and few are as quietly powerful as the sweet potato. This vibrant, humble root vegetable isn't just a comforting side dish. It's a natural anti-inflammatory, gut healer, and nutrient powerhouse, all in one bite. Unlike white potatoes, which spike blood sugar quickly and provide little nutritional backup, sweet potatoes digest slowly and provide steady energy without overwhelming your insulin response. That's a big deal after 60, when the body becomes more sensitive to sugar swings and inflammation builds more easily. What makes sweet potatoes special is their high concentration of beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, a nutrient many older adults lack. Vitamin A strengthens your immune system, sharpens vision, and supports cognitive health. In a 2022 study, seniors who regularly consumed orange-fleshed vegetables like sweet potatoes had better memory retention, fewer colds, and a significantly lower risk of macular degeneration. And here's another bonus. When you cook and cool sweet potatoes, by roasting them the night before and tossing leftovers in a salad or mash, they develop resistant starch. This special type of fiber feeds good bacteria in your gut, which boosts digestion, reduces bloating, and helps repair your intestinal lining. That's why many seniors with leaky gut or sensitive digestion notice significant relief when they swap refined carbs for sweet potatoes. I remember Evelyn, a 69-year-old artist, who struggled with post-meal fatigue and irregular digestion. She replaced her evening pasta with a roasted sweet potato, topped with a pinch of cinnamon and a spoonful of Greek yogurt. Within a few weeks, her bloating disappeared, and she felt more light and clear, as she described it. That's the power of food as gentle medicine. To get the most from sweet potatoes, roast them whole with the skin on and skip the sugary toppings. Add a sprinkle of turmeric or paprika for extra anti-inflammatory benefits. And now, if you're wondering, is there a plant-based food that supports blood sugar, strengthens your gut, and even helps protect your brain and joints? You're going to love what's coming next. Fiber revitalizes the intestines. Why people over 60 should eat lentils, at least 3 times a week. If there's one food that deserves a permanent spot on your grocery list after 60, it's lentils. These tiny legumes might not look like much, but they pack a mighty punch to support digestion, blood sugar, and even brain health. What makes lentils so special isn't just that they're rich in plant-based protein or affordable and easy to cook. Their unique fiber profile, especially the prebiotic fiber, makes them a game-changer for seniors. As we age, the diversity of our gut bacteria tends to shrink, leading to all kinds of trouble. Slower digestion, weaker immunity, mood swings, and even joint pain. Lentils help restore balance in the gut microbiome by feeding the good bacteria that keep your digestive system running smoothly. These bacteria, in turn, produce short-chain fatty acids like propionate and acetate that reduce inflammation, repair your gut lining, and improve how your body processes carbs. But the benefits go beyond digestion. Lentils are also incredibly low on the glycemic index, meaning they don't spike your blood sugar like refined grains or starchy snacks. That's vital after 60, when insulin resistance becomes more common. One 2021 study from the British Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who ate lentils 3 times a week had significantly lower fasting glucose and better cholesterol ratios than those who didn't. I remember Paul, a retired firefighter, who said he was done with trying to manage his blood sugar with pills alone. He swapped his white rice for lentil salads and soups during lunch, and within a month, his doctor noted significant improvements in his A1C and digestion. And let's not forget, lentils are full of iron, magnesium, and folate, nutrients that support energy, muscle function, and memory, especially in women over 60. Red lentils cook fast and become creamy in soups, while green and brown ones hold their shape well in salads. Spice them up with garlic, cumin, or turmeric, and you have a delicious healing meal in under 30 minutes. If you're thinking, this all sounds great, but what should I stop eating to protect all these gains? In the next part, we'll explore 4 everyday carbs that seem innocent but are quietly aging your body from the inside out. Gentle warning, seemingly harmless foods that are secretly causing fatigue and weight gain. After 60. Now that we've explored the best carbs to fuel your body after 60, let's turn the spotlight on a few foods that seem innocent, but may be quietly sabotaging your energy, mood, and metabolism. These aren't fast food or sugary desserts. They're the everyday staples we've come to rely on. White sandwich bread, rice cakes, flavored cereals, and yes, even those golden French fries we sometimes treat ourselves to. At first glance, they don't look dangerous. But here's what's happening inside your body when you eat them. These foods are stripped of fiber, digested rapidly, and converted into glucose so quickly that your blood sugar spikes within minutes. That spike triggers a burst of insulin. Bad news for aging cells. Your body can't process it like it used to, leading to sugar crashes, inflammation, and long-term damage to your blood vessels, brain, and joints. But beyond the biology, let's talk about the emotional side. Many of us have fond memories tied to these foods. Toast with butter in the morning, cereal before school, and fries on road trips. They're comforting, familiar, safe. That's what makes them so hard to give up. But comfort shouldn't come at the cost of our health and independence. I remember Joanne, a warm, cheerful woman in her early 70s, who told me, "I thought rice cakes were my healthy snack." She couldn't understand why she felt bloated and exhausted by 2 p.m. When we looked closer, we found those rice cakes spiked her blood sugar faster than a candy bar. Once she swapped them for a handful of almonds or a piece of avocado toast on whole grain bread, her energy rebounded. And so did her confidence. The good news is, you don't have to give up all your favorite foods. It's about upgrading them with choices that love your body back. Whole grain sourdough instead of white bread. Greek yogurt with berries instead of boxed cereal. Sweet potato fries are baked at home instead of deep-fried drive-through options. These little shifts make a big difference. And speaking of differences, let's take a moment to bring it all together and talk about applying everything we've covered in a way that feels doable and empowering, starting with your next meal. Inspirational conclusion. Every meal is an opportunity to improve your body. Don't let carbs betray you. If there's one truth I hope you carry from this video, it's this. Every meal is a chance to support your body, not punish it. And carbs, they're not the enemy. But the kind you choose makes all the difference between healing and harm. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive. Your metabolism slows, your digestion changes, and your muscles and brain need more support, not less. That's why choosing carbs that give more than they take is so important. Lentils that feed your gut and stabilize your sugar. Steel-cut oats that protect your heart and your memory. Sweet potatoes that soothe inflammation and support your eyes. Green peas that quietly build your strength, one forkful at a time. These foods aren't just fuel, they're medicine. On the other hand, carbs like white bread, rice cakes, sugary cereals, and French fries might feel familiar. But they're quietly working against you, draining your energy, weakening your focus, and making it harder for your body to stay strong, steady, and sharp. But you don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Start small. Replace one processed carb a day with something that truly nourishes you. Pay attention to how your body feels. And celebrate the little wins. Better sleep, clearer thinking, stronger steps. I believe the second half of life can be the healthiest, most fulfilling chapter yet. But it starts with what's on your plate. So here's my challenge. Add one of the power carbs we discussed today into your next meal. Just one, and notice the difference. Then come back and tell me in the comments, what did you try and how did it feel? And if this video gave you even one helpful idea, hit that like button, share it with someone you care about, and don't forget to subscribe. Next week, I'll share a simple 3-day meal plan built entirely around these muscle-saving, energy-boosting carbs, designed for people over 60. Until then, eat well, stay strong, and remember, you're not too old, and it's never too late to feel better.